Star Wars Outlaws. This game has had a massive news and gameplay blowout this week, and I've got some exclusive stuff to share with you all. I think some people have actually had a chance to play the game from what I've seen. Unfortunately, I haven't played the game yet, but Ubisoft were kind enough to send me a bunch of gameplay that wasn't in the official Ubisoft Forward preview that happened yesterday. And I figured I'd start off this video with just my overall thoughts on the reveal so far and this game, as well as a small little channel update, as I know a lot of you have been asking about that. And then I'm going to show you all of this gameplay raw with basically my live reaction / commentary to it, a little bit like a pre-recorded live stream, I guess you could call it. But overall, the gameplay showcase that they had yesterday, together with some other marketing material, was great. I'm gonna be honest, like I've said so in my streams and videos, that the stuff they showed like in the initial reveal and things like that, it looked pretty good, but I was never fully convinced. It looked interesting and like it had potential, but at some points it even felt a little bit bland. But after seeing all the gameplay yesterday and the mechanics and things like that, I'm honestly getting really excited for this game. It seems like it's basically doing everything that most of us has asked for from an open world Star Wars game. And now I just want to know more about this game and, more importantly, actually play it and see how it feels. They showcased a lot of cool gameplay details at Ubisoft Forward yesterday, and it seems like the game is gonna be really open, where obviously you will have a lot of different missions for the Syndicate, so you can choose whichever ones you want, but also the experts that they talked about in the gameplay showcase, where you can learn new skills that will help you in said missions. And this is obviously a big difference from something like Jedi Survivor or Fallen Order, where it's a little bit more linear and you will naturally learn the skills as you go. But I'm guessing that in this case you're actually gonna maybe stumble across some stuff that you can't do, and then you have to figure out which expert can help me teach the skills I need for this mission, taking you on a path across multiple planets. I also thought the actual space travel looked really neat, seamless boarding into a ship and flying into space, and then encountering random missions that you can decide to do or not do, depending on if you want the reputation and credits from that said syndicate. And then the hyperspace mechanic seems great. You can choose to go to hyperspace, a menu pops up, and then you choose the planet you want to fly to, and boom, you arrive at that planet. And then when you actually go down to land on the surface, you get a menu of the various points of interest that you can land, and I guess you kind of get into a cutscene at that point, but that's kind of what I expected. Overall, at least in my opinion, the space travel seems to be about what I hoped for. And we also got to see way more of the combat with all the different blaster alternatives such as stun bolts, shock bolts, explosive bolts and such, and I really like the way you use Nix to initiate battles, whether you want Nix to fake death, drop objects on enemies, or straight out attack them. It seems like there's a lot of different ways to tackle the situations that you end up in, whether you want to do it the sneaky way or go in more guns blazing. So before we jump into the exclusive gameplay I've got for you, just a quick little update on the channel. Right now I'm working a full-time job as a temporary store manager, which is why I just don't have a lot of time for YouTube, but I will have more time in July, just to be clear. And right now a lot of you might have seen that me and Sam are running Middle-earth updates, a Middle-earth focused channel which is doing really well and has gotten like 20,000 subscribers in 2 months. So that's where most of my free time goes right now. And that's also why I haven't covered Star Wars Hunters anything on the channel yet, as I'm just not too excited about a mobile and Switch game, but if it arrives on PC or consoles, that's a different situation. That being said, in July, like I mentioned, I will have more time for YouTube, which means I'm gonna bump up the content on this channel once again, considering it's gonna be really close to the release of Outlaws. And this is a game that I'm getting increasingly excited for, and it's something I want to cover both in videos and, once the game is out, live streams too. With that being said, let's jump straight into the 3 missions that Ubisoft sent me and my live commentary of them all. Alright, mission number 1 seems to be in an Imperial setting, and like I said, this is gonna be my first time watching them, and I'm gonna try to be a bit quiet during conversations and such, but just give you my thoughts and reactions and such.
Thornton makes it very difficult to leave.
Imperial banter is always good. I'm assuming we're using Nick's little force, well, not force power, but you know, sense thingy. I do like, however, that there's so many things you can do with Nyx. He really seems to be like a crucial part of how you play. And yeah, faking death, that's a pretty nice distraction. That's gotta hurt your hand, though.
Lights out.
Seems to be a lot of things you can interact with, Nyx, whether it's troopers, canisters, and things like that. So override the cargo authorization, do not raise the alarm. I wonder if the do not raise the alarm is just then like a bonus thingy, or if you actually have to do the stealthy route here. That's what I'm curious about. Like if you can just go guns blazing on every mission if you want to, or you actually have to do the stealthy way.
Come on, buddy. We're not getting through that hangar with all those troopers. Maybe we can get them out of here. Here goes.
Puzzle minigames, that's... Okay, I definitely don't know how that one worked, but...
All right. Okay, Oh, biological sample to be shipped. That should work. Let's get back to the ship.
Well, now that the alarm is triggered, I'm assuming we can do the shooting part, probably. The way I usually like to approach these kind of missions. I'm assuming that's just a cut in the gameplay to make the video a little bit shorter, probably.
Okay.
Because I won't be editing these clips, just for your information. I'm gonna just leave them up raw with my commentary. Here we go, some action.
Waka, drop the cargo ramp. Let us in.
Us? Who's us?
Just open the ramp.
Something's wrong. It's jammed.
Oh, I think she just sent Nyx to that canister thingy. Oh, nice. So he can actually like
You want to live through this
trigger
and get that thing open.
bombs, kind of.
Fault. I told you she wasn't ready.
Just figure it out.
And that's a oh, hey, will you look at that? Isn't that the good old Battlefront overheat system I see there? Maybe that's because CJ is working on this game. Who knows? It definitely looks like it. I'm assuming if you hit the yellow, it's just normal cooldown. If you hit the blue, maybe it gets super cooldown. Nice. I like that. I tested... Ooh, and that's like Lando's sharp shot ability. Just that you have to do it manually, so it's not as overpowered. Makes sense? Sweet. I like to see some more of this combat. That's what it's been lacking in the previous like reveals. Hasn't shown too much combat, but I'm liking what I'm seeing. And it also... Yeah, you get some pretty clear hit markers when you hit them. I'm just trying to figure out if there's like a critical hit marker like many other games have too, or just one standard one.
No, that was a way out.
Then we'll make another one.
Oh yeah, this is the wanted system that I've read about. It's basically a little bit like in GTA, where we have different levels, and judging by the top left corner, this is 3 out of 6, where basically the more wanted you get, the more heavy stuff they're gonna send in. Like I heard dark troopers, no, I mean death troopers on the ground, and maybe in space it's gonna be, I don't know, TIE defenders if those exist. But yeah, let's see how you... Alright. Ah, okay, you gotta actually wipe the data of a relay, because I was figuring I didn't see any like indicator that said, you know, just fly away from them, but it seems to be more about, I don't know, wiping your data, even though that doesn't feel like it makes sense if they're literally looking at you while you're doing it, but we'll see. Oh, okay, maybe that's why you have to actually like kill them, wipe the data before the next wave comes in.
Like that relay with these ties on us.
I'm on it.
Come on, show us some missiles or something. I want to see an alternative way of taking them out.
Come on now.
Oh yeah, there we go. There's the missile I was looking for.
Oh, that's it. We've lost them.
Alright, so how does one... Okay. Disrupt Imperial comms. It doesn't seem like they send continuous... Oh yeah. Okay, so just clear wanted status. Alright, interesting. That's a bit of a different way of how GTA does it. I mean, usually I figured by killing all the ties it would increase your wanted level, but maybe that's not how it works, but it's more down to like what your initial crime was, if that makes sense. Like if you go and assassinate an Imperial officer or something, maybe you'll get the highest wanted level. I quite like this travel system, to be honest. Like, obviously, this is a bit of a cinematic you get locked into when you land, but landing over and over and over manually, at least for me, that's not really something I'm interested in. This is seamless enough for me. What on earth is that thing in a... Wait, I saw that in the trailer. There was like some talking weird alien in like a jar of pickle juice or something. Reminded me of those monks that put their brains in a jar on those spiders on Tatooine or something along those lines. Talk to Gorak. I think I might remember that being like a Pike boss. I could very well be completely wrong here, but we'll see.
I'm a little busy right now.
Yeah, you any good at Sabak?
What?
Did I hear Sabak?
I'm from Canto Bight.
Good. I got some high rollers looking for a challenge at Macau.
I mean, you guys know me. I practiced in Knights of the Old Republic, so I'm all ready for some Sabak. A lot of Imperials here, though. I wonder if they operate in like close proximity to the Pike Syndicate, or the, well, maybe this isn't even the Pike Syndicate, we'll see. But the syndicates in general. It's gonna be a bit embarrassing if this is not actually a Pike thing and Gorak is someone completely else. In that case, I'll still leave it in the video. Oh yeah, there he is. That's who I thought it was. Good. Mr. Big, fancy
Sorry to interrupt.
Pike guy.
Gorak, I can see that you...
Why are you here?
No! Okay. So I guess the video ended there. I really wanted to see where that conversation went, but I guess they want to leave the actual story elements. So, really nice mission. Obviously a bit cut down in multiple parts, but we got a really good look at the gameplay. I think that was the main reason of this, not actually spoiling any story stuff. So let's jump into the second one, which I didn't actually catch which planet this was on. This looks like straight out of Jedi Survivor, to be honest. I can't even remember what that planet's called right now, but
Hey,
my memory when it comes to planet names, and especially character names, is not the best. Oh, this actually feels a bit like Jedi Survivor 2, with the old rusty Imperial stuff, or Clone Wars stuff, or whatever it is.
Scrapping it. Everyone figured it wasn't worth the risk.
And Waka
It's a calculated risk, Kay. And I'm
almost reminds me of Claptrap for some reason. I do not know why. Maybe it's the voice warping, or whatever you call it. Yeah, this is, look at this, it's Jedi Survivor. I like how we're seeing elements from Jedi Survivor, Battlefront, you know. I mean, obviously minor stuff, that's nothing unique to those games, but still, I like it, you know? Take the best from each game and make it into a great one. Find a way to the bridge. Yeah, I'm not really entirely sure what the mission is. Old Galactic Relic. Okay, so this definitely seems like it's Clone Wars stuff. If, you know, these are not Galactic credits. Or, I mean, Imperial credits. That looks like a Dalek. Okay, it's not a Dalek, it's an... yeah, something. This definitely reminds me of Jedi Survivor. And kind of gives me a little bit of PTSD, to be honest. Is that always Nick's power, being able to like sense people and things through the wall? Nick seems to be like a almost like a more sensitive creature.
Whoa. Was this the ship's reactor?
Is this an old Venator or something? Might as well be in. It does look like similar to that.
Waka, I need to get power to the ship somehow. I think I'm at the reactor.
That's your best bet. It's probably a multi-step activation from bottom to top. If it works at all.
Of course the power works.
All right. That should
And the ladder rolls down. Makes sense, right? I wonder what kind of enemies, if any, you will face off against here. I'm assuming it's not going to be Imperials. But probably... a Syndicate, maybe? Or just random scavengers or something? I think this proves... I think these missions show various... well, types of missions, if that makes sense. This is more parkour, climbing kind of, and less stealth or action, at least so far.
Okay, reactor's up. Now let's see if it'll power the rest of the ship.
Why would this reactor even work in the first place?
Okay, I think we gotta climb up to the top.
Well, that is kind of typical Star Wars. Usually you just find some old tech and it works.
Hey, I think that actually worked. That should get us to the control room. Open that up for me next. Walker, I made it.
Huh? Oh, yeah, perfect. Nav computer will be in the console.
Okay. I can't pry this open. I think it needs authorization. All right. Authorization.
Still not
granted.
sure if this is like an old
Just use
Venator.
weapon
Oh, okay, here comes whatever that is.
Those are Zurich Bash agents.
Wait,
How did they
Zurich
find us?
Bech. That's... I can't say it. The name rings a bell. That's all I'll say.
See something? Right. Next, set that off.
If I'm not mistaken, I think Zarek Besh is actually... Well, it's one of the Syndicates for sure. I think it's the one that's new for this game. Or is it one previously known? I mean, obviously we have the Hut, we have the Crimson Dawn, and the Pikes and such. Alright, nice. Wait, find different ways to make Nyx happy. So I'm assuming Nyx likes to kill people?
This looks like a nav computer. Vale, right? If this is about Lero's ship or the rebels, it's just a big misunderstanding. I don't care.
Ouch.
Nyx, run!
Did we actually get any data out of here? Or not? Unclear. They did mention Slero as well, who, if I'm not mistaken, is the leader of the Zarek Besh Syndicate. But at least this shows yet another example of this is like an actual anti-Zarek Besh mission. Because I'm assuming you can also be friendly with them like with all other syndicates.
Zarek Besh found us. This is bad. I knew we were here too long. Come on! Okay, let's just take a second here. Enough. Just come quietly. Who are you?
Run. I said.
Oh, is this the first introduction to again, me with names. ND5, I think. I just know him as the badass commando droid.
We need to get out of here next. Keep running. We'll jump to anywhere else.
Yeah, he's definitely called ND5. Alright, so that mission is over. Okay, I guess another one that definitely has to be part of like the main story. Again, I was thinking Zarek Besh, I mean, is a syndicate that you could be friendly with. This was definitely like a full-out anti-Zarek Besh mission. But maybe you're gonna have to face off against some of the syndicates, and then later you can, I don't know, work your reputation up or similarly. But yeah, less action, more kind of exploring, I guess I would say this is. But definitely one of the main missions you've gotta do, since it introduces ND5, who later in the game seems to be more of like your companion and not just a random character that pops up. But yeah, let's jump on to the final mission that they sent me, which, well, based on this, I would guess is on, I was gonna say Agent Class, but obviously not Agent Class, Kijimi from Rise of Skywalker. That's only based on the fact that I know that Kijimi is in the game and it looks like this, so there might be multiple planets that look the same, but I would guess not.
This is a restricted area. You need to back away right now.
Fine, I hear you.
Find a way into the wellspring, so maybe some more parkour, sneakiness. Oh yeah, okay, that's a Kijimi City down there now, Thermal District, so that's correct.
Someone nearby?
Yeah, they're definitely skipping ahead a bit on these missions to make them more, well, not too dragged out for YouTube, I guess, or for a showcase. All right, let's see. Is that the play death thing again? That seems to be a very solid distraction every time.
Scram, or I'll eat you for lunch.
Steal the relic. Okay, so we got a different mission here. I wonder if this is also from a Syndicate. I'm just curious, like, the level of Syndicate involvement, if that makes sense. If, like, every mission you do except against the Imperials,
Feelers up, buddy.
you will always
Get
lose
tricky.
reputation to someone and gain to another one, if that makes sense. Or if there will be more missions that are just win-win. I kind of hope there's gonna be both, to be honest. It is a bit frustrating when you have to lose something on every mission, but it makes sense that you have to make some hard choices to kind of like encourage you to play through the game multiple times too. Play death again? Or I mean play dead? Or
I think there's been a few different leaders of Crimson Dawn.
okay, so this is probably Crimson Dawn then,
In charge now.
based on what you're saying.
Whoa!
I gotta say, I like the takedowns, but I hope we're gonna get some more unique ones and maybe even actual use of, I don't know, like a vibroblade or... Well, we do have the shock, or the stun pistol. Just haven't seen them used in the stealth sections. Probably because they make a noise, so it makes sense.
See something?
We'll see.
Life's too short to not give them credit.
Control room. Gonna need to find a key card.
This part of the job's so boring.
What do you see?
Gotta find that key card. I gotta say, I'm a bit surprised they didn't show more of this in the public stuff. Like, I like the 10-minute gameplay overview they had, but I'm almost kind of enjoying these more raw gameplay clips more. But I understand they have to do a very cut-down version considering everyone's attention spans.
See what they've got.
But as far as I know, they haven't released any of this footage, like, officially, but only distributed it to content creators.
A key card. Should get
Oh,
me into
okay.
that
So you didn't
control
actually have to...
room.
You could just have Nick's pickpocket. I like it. I wonder if... Okay, probably stupid question, but I don't think Nyx can die. But I was thinking, like... Does Nyx have a health bar or something? Or is it only K that can take damage?
Okay, careful.
Here's the puzzle again that I still have no clue how it works. But I'm sure it's gonna be easy once you do it yourself. I want to see that whole, you know, the reputation going down thing. Because it seems like just killing random grunts of a certain syndicate does not... Okay, now we're going full out action. It doesn't seem to be decreasing your reputation. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the super cooling we talked about earlier. Oh, they just cut to us taking a relic, I guess. Should we be losing reputation now if this is the Crimson Dawn we're stealing from?
All right, let's get this thing out of here.
Okay, that was a cut in the gameplay I got, just to be clear. I didn't make that cut. I think they just want to maybe leave out some parts of the gameplay for the future. Woo. Reminds me a little bit of the DL... Oh shit, DLT-49? DT-49? Oh my god, I can't even remember the blaster from Battlefront 1, actually. The pistol you could convert. Blow it up.
Hold it up, Nick.
Okay, Nick does it for you.
Detonator!
Sharp shot again. Bam, bam. Nice.
There we
That
go.
is definitely going to be an ability you have to learn from one of those experts that was talked about earlier. Return the relic to the queen.
So you gonna try your luck?
Interesting. I still don't see any reputation pop up, surprisingly. Even though we were like straight up slaughtering Crimson Dawn people. I think. At least they were talking about Crimson Dawn. So I guess Kijimi has a queen. Okay, Ashiga clan. So maybe the Ashiga. Wait,
Indy 5.
isn't
Yes,
that?
who's going to see the queen? They must want this relic bad.
Good work.
Well, the Ashiga clan is that's also one of the
What?
new syndicates
Why?
introduced in this
They
game.
may perceive you as the thief.
Oh, right.
But I swear, didn't those
I'll be fine.
Ashiga clan like logos,
security
icons
here.
look the same as the one we
Crimson
stole?
Dawn knew what they were doing.
Okay, never mind. No, we did steal from the Crimson Dawn and give it now to the Ashiga clan, so we might see some reputation movement in both directions, I guess.
Hey, easy.
The Bandpudira. Who are you?
Kay Vess, Your Majesty.
She was asking about the bomb maker.
But I also got this relic back for you from Crimson Dawn.
Our expansion has made us vulnerable, Mother.
It will make the Hive stronger.
We don't need the Outer Rim. Our place is here.
We have decided.
Okay, so Relic's back. You gonna let Ant go now?
The bomb maker. She is essential to our expansion. But the Hive also has great use for a thief like you. Work with us. And we will let Ankh go free.
Mother.
Who is
We got a deal
Ankh?
then. Great. I'll just leave you to talk this out.
So that seems like it most likely, the mission is over, but that seems like it could also be one of the kind of introduction missions to the Ashiga clan, as this seems to be pretty early in the game, I would guess. I actually don't know who Ankh is, and if that's someone I should know. Might be some info on the internet about Ankh, but nevertheless, 3 very different missions. Didn't see any, I might have missed it, but I didn't see any reputation movements in either direction. Could very well be because this is like the introduction missions, which I'm assuming we might have for each of the syndicates, where we, you know, face their leaders, do something with or against them, and then after that, you know, you start the reputation grind or the reputation decline, depending on which way you go. Anyways, I thank you again to Ubisoft for sending this gameplay over. I hope you enjoyed this kind of live reaction. I figured I'd split the video into more of a, you know, normal commentary at the start and some live reaction here. There will definitely be more Outlaws content on the channel, like I said. I appreciate you all tuning in. And if there's anything I missed, let me know, because I'm not the most read up person on this for sure. And if you enjoyed the content, leave a like below. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.
Thank you.